and welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Freed. I'm your host, Michael Freed. I'm a litigation partner in the matrimonial and family law firm of Berkman, Botker, Newman, and Schein, with offices in New York City, Westchester, and Long Island. And today, my special guest is Jonathan Bell of the Bell Law Group, PLLC. So, John, welcome to 5 Minutes with Freed.
Hey, Mike, thanks a lot for having me on.
Sure. So, John, what is the Bell Law Group, PLLC, and what's your role in the firm?
So I'm the managing attorney, I'm the founder. We have 4 partners now in the firm. We're 11 attorneys deep. 2 of the attorneys specialize in personal injury and the rest of us do employment law. I manage the firm, so I don't really have any cases assigned to me per se, but I oversee the 1,000 plus files in the firm.
Wow. So now, John, you know that I'm a matrimonial and family law attorney. When would my clients most often require your services?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, realistically, if you have a job or you own a business, there's a potential for you to use our services here at the Bell Law Group. On the employer side, we put together handbooks, we do severance agreements, we consult with employers. For our clients, we're always advising them of different changes of the law, which is really important for employers because they don't realize how often these laws changes. So to be abreast of the new laws could potentially save you a lot of money because there's a lot of pitfalls involved in a violation of the law. On the flip side, if you're an employee and you feel like you're being discriminated against, maybe you're going out in the workplace because you haven't worked in a while and you feel like you were the most qualified candidate for a position and you didn't get hired and you believe it's because of your age. I mean, age discrimination is rampant, as well as other protected classes, race, religion, gender, disability, so all those different reasons. So realistically, if you're in the workforce, whether you're an employer or employee, and you feel like something's wrong or you just want to do due diligence, it's a good reason to hire our firm. And the personal injury stuff is kind of self-explanatory.
Right. So, John, what are the challenges that you face in your area of the law?
So mostly for that's a very good question, Mike. And really for the employment side, it just changes all the time, right? Yeah. So for example, when COVID hit, there was constant changes of the law. There was federal law, there was state law relating to leave. There's new whistleblower protections. Now that marijuana is legal here in New York, there's questions on whether you could test. If you find somebody who uses marijuana, can you discriminate? Of course, the answer is no. So it's a fluid situation, employment law. And unless you're in contact with somebody in the know, it's very, very difficult to stay abreast of the changes. And even as an employment lawyer, you always have to do your due diligence and research and read the law journal and things of that to make sure that you're on top of something because it can change very quickly. A handbook written 2 years ago is already out of date because of the changes in the law.
It's crazy. Well, John, what's the best way for a prospective client or other professional like myself to contact you?
My vanity number is very easy, 855-JOHN BELL. That's 566-2355. Reach out to me on my website, belllg.com. Getting in touch with me is easy. Now, to be honest with you, there's a lot of people who don't like their employer, don't like their job. We probably accept maybe 5% of the cases for people who are calling who want us to represent them. So that's the difficult. Calling me is not the difficult part. Getting me to take your case, it has to be a good case.
I hear that. I do. Well, Jonathan Bell, we have now come to the most important part of our show, and that happens to be the question of the week. So, Jonathan Bell, this is your question of the week. You can choose any car from any era to drive and any location to drive. What car would you choose and where would you drive it?
That's a good question for someone like me because you know I'm a car guy. But you know, I love American classic cars. I've always loved. I've owned quite a few American classics, and right now I have a '69 Corvette convertible. It's this deep forest green. It sounds unbelievable. So I gotta say that it's actually my car is the car that I would choose to drive. And there's nothing like driving American Muscle on a beautiful July 4th day, going down the parkway to the beach and watching the fireworks at night. I do it every year. It's my favorite time of year.
I got to tell you, that is an amazing answer. And Jonathan Bell, you have said it all. You are helping and educating employers about the new laws one day at a time. And I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest on 5 Minutes with Freed.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for having me.